Welcome to Sunday Fun Day. We're here with Linda Spaulding, and we're going to talk today about how to search for treasure. And Rachel.
You don't
Rachel's
have to introduce me.
I'm so sorry. It's Linda. And I figure everybody knew who you were.
It's okay. You totally don't have to introduce me. Like, seriously.
Today we're talking about how to search for treasure and not get a divorce. Forgetting to introduce your fiance, probably not the best first step. Yeah. So you have it rough.
I do. Like, you and I were talking about this in the car. What was it? This is what prompted the Sunday Fun Day.
Yeah.
You're like, him and I were just talking about it a couple of days ago in the car, and we were driving home. It was late at night. We just got done drinking margaritas. We had a pitcher of margarita.
That big glass.
A pitcher. Yes. When we order margarita, we just order a pitcher, and I have one, and he drinks the rest. Like, that's how it goes. And so we got a pitcher of margarita, and we were driving home, and the topic of The Secret came up, and the podcast came up, and I told him, I don't understand why people commit their whole entire life over this puzzle. Like, they'll destroy friendships, they'll destroy marriages, girlfriends. Like, they dedicate 100% of their life to this, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why people can't make priorities, like set time aside. I don't understand it at all, where they just dive right in, and this is all that their life is, and it going forward, and they leave everything else behind.
Have you seen that, Linda?
Yeah, I almost could have fallen down that route because technology's new to me. I'll be honest, I'm probably the last person, even when I went into the store to get this cell phone, told them this is only my second cell phone. My first is this one, and now I'm upgraded. And they're like, but you've only had it like a year and a half. And I said, I've only been home taking care of my spouse for a year and a half. So, yeah. Technology is addicting. First of all, this little device here will conquer you and eat you up if you're not careful. So having it in front of you, but, it's the treasure hunt. It's being a kid. It's easy to do. It's easy to forget what you're doing and put all your heart and soul into this because you want to find it so bad. But people, it's been there 40 years. Let's take our time. We're jumping too hard, too fast. Slow down. Let's enjoy the ride.
Do you think that's what it is? Do you think that people, like, it makes people feel like a kid and then they forget sort of their adult life and their adult responsibilities?
I think in a way, yeah, because, that's what we're doing. We're trying to think back as a child, or let's see how we can decipher this. And we're all on the same page. We all have the same book, and we're all looking at the same thing. So, I got to research what you did, and I got to find out what you did, and I want to see what this person did. I caught myself going down that rabbit hole, and my wife is like, you need to slow down. And I said, okay, I understand because this phone here is new to me, and it's easy for me to put away.
Yeah.
So I think it's easier for me because it's newer to me, where you guys do everything on your phones and tablets. I still write checks and call up and pay my bills. It's just who I am. It's hard to change because I'm going to have to change and do more technology. So I find myself right now looking more into it than I used to, but yeah, it's easy to fall into it, and I can see people doing it and having to step away because it's an addiction. It's fun.
Yeah. Rachel gets really mad at me because if I'm bored for like 2 seconds, I'm like,
no, that is incorrect. That is an incorrect statement. Okay, granted, George used to be the worst, right? I'm not here.
So bad.
I'm not here to make him look like an a-hole
So
or anything,
bad.
but totally was. Like, we'd be at dinner, and George likes to answer people in a timely manner. He doesn't like people to leave on red. He likes to answer immediately. So we'll be at dinner, and then all of a sudden, ping, 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 ping comes through on his phone, and I'll be mid-conversation talking to him, and then all of a sudden he picks up his phone, goes head diving into whoever's talking to him at this moment. I'm sitting there, because I don't bring my phone into restaurants or anything. I'm sitting there, the only person in the whole entire restaurant, just sitting here, not on my phone, and he's on his phone for 20 minutes, and I'm just staring at him. And then he completely forgets what I'm trying to say, and then he doesn't know what the conversation is, and it's just rude. It's rude when you have somebody in front of your face, and you grab the phone, and then you're talking to someone else. It is completely rude.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
You did it the other night. Granted, he's better, but he did it the other night too. Well, we were having dinner, and I was talking to him about my friend. We're talking about going to New Orleans to see my friend, my coworker, and I was telling him about he's in all these parades and he's really big into it. And all of a sudden, someone messages him. He picks up his phone, completely ignores what I was in the middle of saying, directly middle of a conversation, and he just dives in for 15 minutes. And it's like, okay, well, I don't understand. Like, is that conversation so more important than what I have to say in real life?
Yeah, we had to put a stop to that real quick. Because that was the other night.
That was like a week ago.
Yeah, but what I meant when it was bad, like that was sort of a one-off, right? That it's not normally like that, but it used to be.
It used to be really
like
bad.
That a lot.
It used to be so bad where when George goes and meets some of the secret people, right? Because they are in town and they message him like, hey, let's go and meet up. And then George said yes, no matter if we have anything planned or anything, right? He just says yes. And that's fine because 90% of the time we didn't have anything planned. But there has been a couple of times, like when I say a couple, like literally like 2 times where George is like, we're going to go meet these people. I said, oh, we're doing this. And then we're in a time constraint now. Time constraint, because then George is getting upset because I had other plans, and then he wants to go meet these people because he doesn't want to leave these people down. But it's like, okay, well, I don't know. I'll just cancel my plans to make you happy. Like, that's unfair.
Yeah.
So,
but we always work it out.
Generally, I understand that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, this phone here is new to me. So for the past 12 years, I've been sitting next to my spouse with a phone, and I didn't have one. So I'm like, hello. So our thing is that's why Sundays is hard for me. When it's mealtime, there is no technology. It's not allowed on the dinner table. It's not allowed where we're sitting at. If it rings, you cannot answer it, because the way I explain it is someone worked for the money for this meal. Someone cooked to either prepare it, whether you're in the restaurant or in your home, and then someone has to work to clean up after it. So just show your common respect and break bread and leave technology behind. That helps, put down for an hour or two each night for dinner. And you'll follow that pattern, and then you'll notice you're putting it down a little bit more here and there. Oh, let's watch TV. Let's put the phone down now. Movie night. Last night when you texted me, I was like, movie night, sorry. And I can only say that one because she went up and went to the restroom. And I'm like texting you real quick, and I put it down because that's just, we have rules for technology. Otherwise, it would.
Yeah, that's probably a good rule that we should pick up.
Well,
mainly for me, but
I don't ever carry my phone, and that's the thing though. Maybe because I don't ever have my phone, and people are like, "Oh, Rachel never messages me." Because, well, first of all, I don't ever talk to anybody on Facebook because I hardly ever use Facebook, and then it's like the messages. Sometimes I don't answer everybody in a timely manner like he does. Like, you're going to be lucky if you get an answer within an hour from me.
That's true.
Like, it's honest to God the truth. But he has been making strides though. Like, last 2 times, and I've noticed since you answered the video chat during the restaurant, he's been leaving his phone in the car the last 2 dinners that we've went out to eat, and which makes big strides. Like, it really shows that you're trying to make improvement and change your life, because he knows if he brought that phone inside and someone binged him, he would answer it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have self-control. Have self-control.
No.
In a car, I won't get in a car if the person who's driving is on their cell phone. I'm sorry, my life is more important than that cell phone.
Yeah.
And I've watched a lot of people do things on their cell phone while they're driving, and it's like you're taking life, and not just your life, but someone else's life. It's bad out here in California. It might be a fender bender, but still, it's a $5,000 fender bender that you still have to go through.
Yeah.
It's just put technology down. It's going to be there later.
Yeah, I think people forget, like, your family, like, everybody who's in The Secret wants to find a team of people to work with, but people forget, like, your family, that's your team, and you have to take care of your team. And like I didn't think about it for a while, and it,
Dude, you treated me like crap.
That's true.
Like crap.
That's true. Yeah.
Like,
It was
bad. It was so bad. Like, it would be the point where I would, like, something really important happened in my life. Something really important happened. And I called you like 30 times in a row. Bing, 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 bing. And he ignored me.
Is this the San Francisco?
San Francisco.
Yeah.
This is the pizza moment.
This is the pizza
He
moment.
ignored me. And then I started texting him. And then he's like, I think you got me text-to-speech on. He didn't even take the decency to even, like, hear me out, like, why I was having a meltdown.
Yeah.
He was too busy with his secret friends, too busy caught up in the moment to understand what was happening with outside of the secret.
That was what,
and that was a really a-hole thing to do.
It was. That was 2 years ago, right?
It was 2 years.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago. No, it was 3 years ago.
Was it 3 years ago?
It was about 3 years ago.
But that's when things changed for us, because I realized, like, there's nobody that's more important than you.
Yeah, like, after you got yelled at.
Yeah.
But he realized it, so you got to give him credit there, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like...
Well, like, you're my team. Right?
Yeah, like, I would hope, but yeah, that was our moment. That was our breaking point, I would say, when something affected my life, it affected our friends' life, and then he's just too busy, not even worrying about what's happening with me in my life or my friend's life, and I'm having a meltdown, crying, hysterically crying for hours, and he's just too busy, just wally-dally, oh, let's go on the car ride, let's go look at this, go look at that. It's so unfair.
Yeah.
So unfair.
But that changed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an improved. You only ignored me twice since then, and it was never ever like where I was historically having a meltdown. No. I don't think historic meltdown only happened once.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I started this secret by myself. It's the same time I bought my RV. I was looking for things to do. I was like, oh, I want to go gold panning, and I'm only, familiar with certain areas of California. So let me look up, gold panning and, rock hunting. And then I came across treasure hunt. San Francisco, and I'm like, what? So that's how I found out about the secret. So here I am at work, no technology at home, and I'm looking at work. So all my stuff is done via work base, when my lunch hour, try to read up on history and research and whatnot. And so I did it for many years by myself. She'd be like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, it's just a little hobby, treasure hunting and looking for places. There's supposed to be a treasure in San Francisco, so I'm looking for that. And, we found some gold mines to go to, and we've gone gold mine. And that's a lot of fun. I found a vein of gold in a mine that they didn't know about. And so that was fun. But then she learned recently, she's like, what is this hunt? And then I started talking, and she's like, okay, you guys are like the Big Bang Theory, just a bunch of geeks. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, kind of. Yeah, she's making dinner right now for us.
Nice.
So, yes, she's making nice dinner for me, so I'm happy. So, she's like, all right, let me see this. She just recently read the book, what was it, last year, for the first time. And she's like, okay, this is a cool book, but y'all are doing this wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, I worked in San Francisco during the 80s. I worked right by Hyde Street Pier. I worked at the Trans Building. I worked over here for the title company. I took the bus. You know what I mean? She's all, that's where I grew up in the 80s. And I took poetry in school. So, I went, and she's got a whatever degree for poetry and English and all that. She's all, and you're reading this all wrong. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, when was the last time one was found? And I was like, a long time ago. But, it's the fun of it. And she's like, so then she started breaking it down for me. And then I finally got her to go and start going in the groups and looking a little bit. And then she took me to San Francisco to the meetup that Seeds had. And then she was like, all right, this is pretty cool now. So I get her to go in on them once in a while with me, but she gets mad because I'll share my data. That's what it's about at this point. It's about sharing and trying to help each other so that we don't spend our lives on these phones and trying to do it by ourselves, because we're not going to do it by ourselves.
Yeah.
No one has yet. Not even the first one. The first one wasn't done by itself. None of them have. So she's just now starting to get into it. And she's like, this is crazy. She didn't know half the stuff I had in my collection. She's all, and people send you this stuff? She's like, that big box that you got for Christmas, this really came from them. And I was like, yes, I keep telling you that. And these paintings are from these people, and this means this. She's like, oh my God. So now she's, getting into it a little bit more. So after we move into Tink, will I be more active? I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that she'll become part of it. But again, I don't want it taken over our lives because there's so much other things that we do. We go camping, we go fishing, we go hiking, we go to wineries, we travel. Don't focus your entire life on this. Please just get back to normalcy, you know, go out and enjoy things. Like this is one little brewery that we go to. We belong to a RV membership where you can stay at wineries. And we go to this apple cider winery. And we were there one day and we're walking around and we came across this gnome village in the middle of nowhere. And it's what it's known for, is this gnome village that the kids have built. And every time I go, I add something to it, you know, and it's just really cool. But you wouldn't see that sitting on the couch. So, you know, it's another thing, you know, just try not to focus all your life on this book. There's so much more.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't understand why everybody just focuses on it. Like why they would give up their relationships, their friendship, their marriages all over this puzzle. And that's one thing I don't understand. Like, is it that really important to you to destroy everything else that you have just because you want to focus on this? Because if so, your priorities are all jacked up.
I think people get caught up. It's
like gambling. You know, it's like gambling. It's like, what's next? What's next? Who's going to say something?
In it. Yeah. I think there's a bit of like an addiction to it. But also there's like when you become adults, you lose so much that you had when you were a child that made you, like you lose your tribe, right? Like when you were a kid, you had a tribe. You had a group of friends that always hung out and always did something. You had, you know, you had activities that you did. You had like dances and just all kinds of shit, right? But you lose that when you're an adult. And all of a sudden you find something like this with a community of people, you create friends. And then the downfall of a community like here is you're never away from those friends, right? You set up a group chat, that shit goes on 24 hours a day. Like you've seen mod chat.
But you shouldn't have to be obligated to answer somebody in a timely manner. You should not be obligated
I agree.
during dinner, picking up your phone and answering.
I agree, but right now we're not talking about me.
I know, but you should not be obligated to do that.
I know, but what I'm saying is I think what happens with other people, not me, other people, is they get so into having this group of friends that just hangs out and talks about this one thing that conversation never ends. And it becomes, you know, it becomes a problem.
I have group chats with my other friends too, and I don't make it all about 100% my time.
That's true.
I guess I don't have an addicted personality, and that could maybe be it. Why I don't understand this, because I don't have an addiction personality.
I've noticed a lot of people who get really, really tied up in this have an addictive personality.
And you know what else? People get heartbroken when they go and they try their theory and it's not there.
Yeah.
And what it is heartbreaking. I felt that pain many times. And then I see people going in the same spots and I'm like, you know, I've been there, but you want to dig deeper, go right ahead, because I might not have dug deep enough back then, realizing how deep 3 feet actually is. 3 feet's pretty darn deep for a 5-foot woman. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's a deep hole. I think I'm done now. But you know, there is adventures, and it can be done. You know, do it. If you got kids, definitely if you have kids,
oh, dude, yeah.
Have your kids read the book and say, what do you think? Now let's go do an educational class. I had to go, my family's back east, and I went to back home to see my daughter, and my grandson was in school, and I had to take him out for the day. And I told him, tell your teacher I'm taking you on a history class. And he's like, okay. So he went to tell his teacher, I'm taking tomorrow off. My grandmother's here, and I'm going to go have a history class with her. Because I went looking in Philadelphia for the cask, and we walked, and I showed him the Liberty Bell, a pocket watch. I showed him so much history. He went back and told his classroom, and she was like, and you got all that just from one day with your grandmother on a book looking for a treasure. And he's like, yeah. So it can be amazing history to do if done properly with your family, your friends, you know, make a little club. That's what I'm going to try doing once Tink is built out here in Sacramento, because everybody out here is so far away from San Francisco. But maybe we can get together in the park, sit down, you know, do maybe a barbecue, sit there, chit chat, put down everybody's ideas, meet other families, and then say, hey, you know, maybe one day do a run over to the city as a group or something, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, just try and do different things out here, because you know it's so. California is big and it's scattered.
Or we all go live at Linda's house.
We've done that too. Like we invited George, we have become friends with secret people, of course, and we invited them over to dinner, and that's what I call. What do you call them, George?
People.
The secret friends.
I mean, how would you just say you just became friends with friends?
I became friends with people.
I don't know how to word it.
Friends with secrets.
And we invited them over to our house for dinner, and it's not 100% talking about the secret.
It generally
we talk
is
about
like
people's life, their relationships, their dogs, their work. Like, it's not like just all 100% about the secret. Granted, it gets brought up, but when it gets brought up, it's maybe 10% of the conversation. Out of a 4-hour conversation, that's not bad.
Yeah. I think Rachel knows the easiest way to lose my attention if we're within a group is to bring up the secret.
Yeah,
like anytime somebody talks about the secret, I'm just like, whatever. I tune it out.
It's
true. Like in person, I'll tune it out. I'll walk outside.
Sometimes you give them.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but George is such a big person in the community. He hears it from all of us, and there's thousands of us, and I'm sure that's how Kit and John and Ben's going to start feeling that way soon. Sure, him coming to the group and everything, people are just going to start boom, boom, boom. Leave these people alone and let them live their life. Yeah, I want to come see you guys. That's why I asked you if you ever came out here. Have you been gold panning? Because there's some cool gold mines out here. We got a better chance of finding some gold than we do a key.
My dad lived in Arizona. He lived in a place called Quartzsite. It's this little tiny Arizona town, and he used to go gold panning. And he's got like nuggets in little glass vials that he's found. Nothing huge, but sounds
but it's fun, Yeah, it is,
We bought a metal detector to try that. We never really
we tested it. I wanted to take it to our backyard, though, but we haven't done that yet.
No. You're going to find a lot of nails.
Yeah, we'll find a lot of nails.
Yeah, you guys did that one thing with the grass that one time and pulled up all those nails out of the yard when you first moved there.
Yeah, we haven't done that since the tear down.
You really haven't have to. Yeah. Like, you get them out once, they don't come back. They don't respawn. It's not a video game.
But stay together, go back to your family and friends and put this as a hobby. It's a hobby. It's not a life. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
And what do we, it's like fishing or camping or RVing. You can only do so much. Don't OD in it. That's all, and stop arguing. Why are there going to be so many arguments? I had a great conversation the other day with Matthew Sparks. I love the conversation because he asked, I answered. I didn't argue anything. He didn't argue anything. He asked my point of view and I gave it to him. He gave me his point of view. And, why can't conversations have to be like, why do people have to be so derogatory and so negative?
I think it's because people get so tied up. Like to them, this isn't a treasure hunt. It's them. Right? The treasure hunt becomes their identity, and like they tie their ideas, like there's no way they can be incorrect. So anybody that says anything different is saying that, they're wrong or that they're a liar or whatever. Like there's a group of veterans, they're not really on Facebook, but they make a like every time they see me commenting on something outside of Facebook, they're always like, George, I don't understand how you can let all these people on Facebook go off about, random crap that is not true, and why can't you keep the conversation, in bounds of what is correct? And I'm like, dude, people are having fun. Like, it's not tied to my identity. I don't mind if people have fun. Like, it's not my job to control the conversation or whatever.
It should be fun. It should be fun. It should be enlightening, and it should be educational.
Yeah.
I've started looking at other cities because, my San Francisco, of course, I have my own thoughts where I think it is. I try to help everybody that I can with other areas and ideas and research for them. I'm not searching nowhere else because I can't go dig yet. So I'm like, okay, I'm just kind of sitting back, but I'm looking at other cities and I'm learning so much different history on these other cities that I didn't know. And it's fun. Whether you're right or wrong, you're learning something. And, maybe one day I'll get over there. I know I'm going back to New Orleans, but after that, I don't know where I'm going.
If you go anywhere on the East Coast, you let me know and we'll show up. We'll go for a look, all right? Anywhere on the East Coast.
Anywhere on the East Coast.
Anywhere on the East Coast.
You mean Florida? There's anywhere in Florida, you could the longest drive is 8 hours, and that's the case.
Yeah.
I would say anywhere in Florida is drivable.
Well, so if she goes to Maine, we're not going to Maine?
Well, Maine requires a plane ticket.
Maine's cold. I'm getting old.
Yeah, so
no.
I would have to consider May.
Okay.
We go to right outside of Philadelphia because that's where my family lives. So when I go back east, I'm there.
Where?
And then
where at? Right outside of Philly.
Well,
because were you born right outside of Philly?
No, I was born in
Pittsburgh. No, Rachel.
Oh, she's
Rachel
up there.
Rachel was born right outside of Pittsburgh. Sorry.
Pittsburgh's nice. I've been up there. I go to I used to go to Riverside, but she just moved to Maple Shade, so it's like a half hour, 45 minutes from Philadelphia on the Jersey side, and then Gina's father is up in Red Bank, so we go up to Red Bank. So those are the areas that we go to on
Red Bank, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite. This is where Kevin Smith's comic shop is.
Oh, is that where it's at? Yeah. I didn't know that. I wanted to go.
Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash is in Red Bank.
Yeah, last time I was there was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. So it's time for me to go back. But my daughter just told me tonight that she might be coming out to California for my birthday, so I'm excited.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. How old's your daughter?
So, 36.
That's not. You can't have a 36-year-old daughter. She's got to be like 22.
How old are you going to be, Linda?
I am going to be 57.
Oh, that's cool.
Good God, I'm old. But yeah,
we're all young at heart.
Sure, yes, we are, and that's that's what this book's about: being young at heart. Being leader of the gnomes, having fun, and looking for treasures.
That's
treasures is friendships.
Linda is the leader of the gnomes. Linda's like so I would say like the mother figure to basically everyone in this hunt.
So Mother Teresa, got it.
With less, probably with less with less scandal.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's just very kind. She gets a lot of gifts. She gives a lot of gifts. We should find a gift for Linda. What do we have that Linda can't get anywhere else?
I don't know. I have quite a bit of your drawings, so I have a lot of your artwork.
What do we have signed by John that Linda can't get anywhere else?
Whoa! All right, now you got my attention.
I don't know. I don't know what you can give away at this point.
Hang on.
Holy moly!
Let's go see if talk to Linda.
Okay, because I just did that giveaway on.
I see something.
On my site, I gave away.
Oh, you're gonna give him your Georgie thing? You don't want that anymore?
What?
I mean, like.
Oh, it says George. It doesn't say Georgie.
It doesn't say Georgie. It says George.
Anything from you, I treasure. I mean, I can't see it. Oh my God, I see these FedEx. Oh, there you go.
You want to send, and it says George and Rachel on the back. Do you want to send? You want to send Linda our FedEx envelope from John?
Sure. I'm
signed
surprised.
by John. I don't know why I kept this thing.
I don't know.
Because it has his signature.
Because it has his signature.
No, you didn't keep the other ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't keep the other ones. We'll send that to Linda.
Okay.
Linda can have her very own FedEx.
Weird.
I guess my my mission, whether I choose to accept it or not, is to own every book cover that John's done.
I don't think.
I guess the quest has started like last year or the year before, and I just haven't realized it.
Yeah.
But I keep getting books, and I have some more books coming. So I'm like, okay,
you're gonna have to start working on his magazines now. His magazines are so hard to find.
Spectrums, right?
No, so he did magazines like he did a bunch of covers for Cleveland magazine. God, he's done so many magazine covers for different magazines.
Okay, I'll have to.
In fact, like one of the Cleveland magazine covers, like we only own one John Palancar painting, which sounds like a flex, but really isn't, right? And it was the cover for a Cleveland magazine.
Was it? I don't remember. I just remember I liked it because it was a tribute to like
Jason Voorhees.
Voorhees.
Yeah, it was the cover of a Cleveland magazine. Yeah,
nice.
So it's because his work spans such a long amount of time, and he never kept like a digital record of everything he did, especially magazine covers. It's hard to find them all.
Oh, okay. So I just have to kind of research the magazine itself and then see if he has anything within it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's hard.
Research is hard. Researching for the secret's hard.
He keeps talking about rebuilding this website. Hopefully, when he does, he'll put a catalog of like everything he's ever done.
No, what I need from him is Origins 2. He's talked about it. Let's get that going.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
It's really tricky.
Yeah, and then
Maybe
he's
I'll
got
do that.
some. He's done some new covers recently that I saw him put up, but I haven't seen the book come out yet.
Yeah, we did that short story for Tor with the reindeer or something.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
That one there. So,
I don't know.
but,
So
how we
yeah,
doing? I mean, so we're good now. We're gonna start putting down our phones a little bit more. Step away from the secret. Find friends and family.
so
Reunite.
what are your
Kumbaya. Come on.
what are your rules? What are your rules with your wife? How do you separate the two lives, so to speak?
Work first, 8 hours a day. Go to work, come home. It's like chores. If I'm done with my chores, and yes, I come home, I have chores.
You're my chore now.
Well,
Sometimes I feel like I'm your chore. Sometimes I feel like I'm like your assistant more than anything.
Oh God, if the people out there, if people in Secret Land knew how much work you did that I get credit for, oh.
I mean, I do feel like I'm your assistant.
You are.
I do. I feel like overall, my first job is to be his assistant, and my second job is to be his fiance.
No. It's reversed.
Well,
Yeah.
but behind every great man is a better woman. So
Dude,
there you go.
Half of, probably more than half. It's like 75% of the cool shit that we do in this community comes from her.
Oh, that's
and
sweet.
so there was a time where he didn't like my ideas, and I'm going to give you an example. I've talked about it before. Caroline and we got drunk one night when they were at my house. True story. George didn't like the direction it went, and I completely understand. But we got drunk, and we thought it was a great idea to do a thingy on George's computer. It wasn't on his account, luckily for that, because that would have been and then we made our own thing. We called it Sunday Funday After Hours, and it was basically us just talking to the people about their lives, like their work lives, their families, just to get to know someone outside of just talking about theories. And George didn't like this idea. He didn't think it was going to go very well. He said, I don't think this is going to go very well. He didn't like that I was on this computer. It caused a big argument between him and I, which is fine. I get it. He didn't want me to touch his stuff. Understood. And so he didn't think it was going to be very good. Well, someone else came up with the same exact idea that I did. After we did it, they came to George, and George was like, "Oh, it's such a great idea. It's going to go over well. Oh, that's a fantastic idea." And then I'm like, whoa, we came up with this idea first. And George is like, well, it's a better idea because somebody else came up with it.
No, it's a better idea because I didn't have to be involved in this.
You didn't have to be involved.
You know what I'm saying?
Caroline and I, we figured it out. We did. Well, Caroline completely figured it. We got this on our own.
I love Caroline.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
I miss talking to her. I used to talk to her a lot, but that again, I was driving an hour and a half home from work each night, and I could talk to her and Nick, but now I care for my wife, and I'm home 24/7. So yeah, but no. Back to there's chores. There's time limits. The phone don't go into the bedroom when it's time to go to bed. We both go to bed
that would kill us both.
Nope.
What?
The phone doesn't go in the bedroom.
Oh, I do a weird
crossword puzzle.
Puzzle math game, and when I go to bed, it helps my mind.
Yeah. So no dinner table. So that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 meals, you can't have it. And it doesn't go in the bedroom. Unless, like, her mom's sick and she's been in and out of the hospital, then it's only on for the phone to ring. But there's no playing games. There's no looking at it. There's no watching anything. No. Because there's no reason for it. We've gone to bed 20 years prior to technology without it. So. But again, that's me coming so late into it that I don't allow it to. And she gets mad at me. I mean, there's sometimes she's like, "You don't dictate to me what I'm doing." And I'm like, "We're eating dinner. You can wait." I mean, she slips and she wants it, and so but you have to live your life and realize that this is a 40-year-old puzzle. It's fun. It's a great community. There's lots to do. You can do it with family, friends. You can do it by yourself, but it's just a hobby. It's not a life. You're not going to get rich if you find anything. You're going to get 5 minutes of fame, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting more gratitude by being nice to people and helping with ideas. You're getting friendships. I mean, look at what we do at Christmas time. These gifts are phenomenal at Christmas time. The creativity, the artwork. Oh my God. I mean, I'm just blown away. And it's great. And I love it. You know,
that was her idea.
And I also,
Secret Santa was your idea originally.
And
I mentioned it to you. Yeah. I mentioned it. I said.
And then we were going to do a Secret Santa in July, Christmas in July, and that was Linda's idea.
Yeah, but no, I'm glad that we're not.
Let's
do
that
good.
This year.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm moving. I got a lot going on.
Linda's like,
you don't have to participate.
Right. We've got some comments. So Bella Swan Song says, "At least you two treasure hunt together." Rachel, what's your opinion of The Secret?
So I'm not really big into it. I usually just go with George, I used to be backup for him, but he doesn't dig anymore. So I'm no longer backup. So, now I just go for the other experiences. Like when we went to Charleston for his birthday, we met up with some friends and it wasn't a whole day dedicated to Secret. We went to the aquarium. I'm a big aquarium person. I like aquariums and I like zoos. And when we go to these cities, we do things outside of the Secret.
So I know you're sugarcoating this because you're on the podcast, but generally when you talk about The Secret, you describe it in one word. What is that word?
Lame? What?
Stupid.
I usually use lame. I don't call it stupid. I'm like, that's kind of lame.
Rachel does not like the treasure.
I don't. I'm not a hunter. When George first got into this many moons ago, before this was a Facebook page, before any of this, I came up with George with an idea, right? What I thought it was. George looked at me like I was completely retarded, and I said, "Okay, never again. I'm going to come up with you with a theory, so I'm out of it." You did. You looked at me like I was retarded. You're like Rachel.
I remember the park I went to. It was nice.
You pretty much looked at me like I was retarded.
Maybe.
So I'm like, no, not for me.
Yeah, my wife, she prefers that we go together because we're women. So, San Francisco, it's some areas aren't the best, and safety wise right now it's really bad. We've watched cars get broke into. We've watched people get hijacked for their cars. It's just so I pack a picnic basket. I bring a couple copies of the book, and in that picnic basket I've got some food, some wine, beer, soda, water. And I set my wife up kindly with a nice picnic basket, spread of food, a glass of wine. Here you go. And I'll be over there searching. And she sits there and reads a book and has her little picnic. And I'm off doing my thing. And then I walk back and see what's going on. Because she can't walk a whole lot. And when she does try to walk a lot, she does walk with me. And she's like, "You guys are crazy." Because you'll walk the whole city and not realize what you just walked, But she thinks it's fun. Like we went to New Orleans for my birthday 2 years ago. Was it 2? Yeah, it was my 50th. No, it was long, 55th. So yeah, 2 years ago we went for my birthday. She thought it was crazy because she's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Go to New Orleans and look for the treasure." But she was down with it too. So she, she's like, "All right, let's see." And she's like, "No, we need to go back there again." So she's kind of into it, but kind of not. Maybe one day she'll get more into it and start being more active, but
Well, we went to New Orleans. I did dig. I dug and I probed. I did help with that. Yeah, like I'm not like
San Francisco,
I'm not like I also dug in San Francisco. I'm not like 100% like against his hobbies. Like I'll participate, but when we're out of the cities, I normally do other things like besides the Secret because I have nothing to contribute except for a little bit of digging.
And then after we're done, we go out for dinner and, thank you. I appreciate you doing this for me today. And, and sometimes she has to go see her mom. Like I said, it's at Alameda. It's only a 21-minute ride to go into the city. So, when her mom was first taken ill, I'd go with her and help her. And then my reward was, okay, I'll take you to the city now. So we'd ride through real quick and I get, an hour or so of running around and taking pictures and looking or talking to the rangers, because my spot is right there in the sand behind a fence. So it's not going anywhere. So, just.
Yeah. So
it's hard right now with COVID.
What I'm getting from all this are boundaries. Like clear separation, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem that newer hunters have that veteran hunters have already figured out. Remember, I won't call him out.
Do you have to go?
Do you have to go?
No, she's airing out for a moment.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Open up the cat door.
I was going to make a joke, but I'm totally not going to make a stream.
You can make the joke.
Is it just like the weed smell? Just hear Linda share.
Well, I feel like people have different boundaries than what you and I have.
Well,
I honestly think that they don't have the same problems as you and I have.
Oh no, yeah, no, ours are way different.
Way different. People's. Like I could say something to somebody and then I get yelled at because it's not appropriate for what I told that person.
That's kind of.
And true. I'm sure that.
Well, not yelled at, but.
Well, yeah. Come on. Let's be honest.
Talk like this.
Twice I got yelled at.
That's true. Twice you've been
yelled at me. Yeah. Like all the way home. All the way home I got yelled at.
Yeah, that was bad.
It wasn't bad. It was a finger hole.
Okay.
I mean, so.
But what I'm getting at, like when we were coming back from Ohio, we had that one friend and we had a bunch of stuff signed by John for him. And we were driving like literally a block from his house and we called him to pick it up and he was like, no, I can't because my wife's here. We just had a new baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't meet you. And I was like, I'll drop it off at your front door. You just got to come out and get it. And he was like, no, I can't. It's family time. And that's like, he's a hunter you would never, like you would expect he's 100% like all the time within the secret, but he has boundaries for his family. And I guess that's what separates
a good person.
Well, it's not a good person because people like, just because
there's a lot of hunters, good people.
So, yeah, a lot of them are good people. They just fall into a pit that I don't think they realize they're in.
It's like because addiction.
It's even back when we were like, even back when I was ignoring you, I didn't realize it. You remember that? Right. But I didn't realize it.
Everybody else did.
Yeah, but I did.
There was 3 people during my meltdown who knew that you were ignoring me.
Yeah, but
and granted, you were also ignoring those 3 people too.
But what I'm also saying is, I didn't realize it, and I think that's what the hunters like. They get so involved that they don't realize what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I don't understand how you didn't know.
Like we're talking about. I'm trying to talk generally now, and you're talking about one specific 10-minute period. But you see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying. I'm just giving you a hard time because I can.
I know. You like that. But yeah, boundaries.
Yeah, I feel like boundaries are important. I feel like if you
time frames.
I feel like even if it's a friend, like a friend, like I feel like, you know, if your friend's like, hey, I need help, I need to do something, you should never ignore that person for a text message on your phone, or if someone calls you in the middle of a conversation with somebody in person or talking to a friend, you shouldn't just drop everything and answer that phone call. Like you can always call that person back.
Yeah.
Like there should be boundaries for sure. Like this should not be 100% important. Like.
No.
Yeah.
You just need to put down the phone, no matter what it is, whether it's searching the secret, whether you're addicted to watching videos or playing games.
Yeah. Just
put it down for a little bit. I'll tell you what, my thumbs, they hurt. I'm new to texting like this and everything. This hurts. This isn't made for doing all that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then my chiropractor says that your neck, you start to get bone spurs in the back of your neck from looking down too much. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just, you know, I use it when I need to. I do find myself becoming more addicted to it the more I'm around it. And yeah, I just have to, it's like a drug. I have to put you down.
You know what really helped me? It was something Chris Preacher told me once. And it really helped put everything in perspective for me so that I remember what's important in life. And he was like, this hunt, you're essentially looking for an ugly flower pot that some dude left in a park 40 years ago. Like, that's essentially what you're doing. That should not be the focus of your life, right? It should not be the focus of your obsession.
No, it should be a hobby, a fun thing to do. Get your family involved. If they don't like it, you know, it's a hobby. So it's something that you do when you have the spare time to do it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're the type of family that everybody goes to bed, you got an hour or two, then that's what you do. Instead, we go to bed at the same time, then there's no phones in bed. So I get so many hours during a week that I have available, and that's when you guys see me, and then you don't see me for weekends. On weekends, I'm hardly ever on this thing because I'm out doing things. I'm camping, cleaning house. I'm taking care of my mother-in-law. And then if I'm not doing anything, then I'm on this. Now, this week coming up, my wife's going to be gone, so I'm going to be bored at nighttime. So I'm going to be on my phone saying, "Hey, what you doing? I've got 3 hours of nothing," So, but it just all depends. You have to do it in moderation. Everything in moderation.
Especially moderation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry to me.
But everything in moderation, especially moderation?
Yeah.
Never mind. So.
Yeah. Cheers to moderation.
Cheers to moderation. I wish I had something to drink.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Should we call Destiny and make her get us something to drink?
You can. I want an orange juice.
Okay.
What do you want?
I don't care.
Get me an orange juice.
Do you want to talk to Linda? And you can make fun of me, and I'll go get us something to drink.
So what should I say about you?
Talk about how awesome I am.
But you said I could just make fun of you.
Oh, then tell the
What
truth.
would you, Linda, what do you want to know about George that you don't know yet?
What was he like when you guys first met? I mean, you guys
that's-
obviously haven't been together forever, right? You guys are a newer couple, so
We've
what
been
was he
together like 11 years?
Well,
have you?
yeah, but we could talk about it when
Okay.
you were. So George, when I first met George, he dressed way differently. Like he used to wear. I mean, he's still really grungy. He likes the grunge look. Because he says grunge is coming back. So whether or not that's
It
true, I said, yeah,
it never left.
Well, but he used to wear T-shirts all the time.
1 second. I'm sorry. I'll be back in 1 second. I have to try something.
It's okay. I'm gonna sit here and make music by myself.
It's okay. I should turn it off right now.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I had to try some teriyaki sauce she made.
How was it?
It was really good. She's making a Hawaiian dinner for us tonight.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Okay, so he was into grunge.
Oh yeah, he really
It was
was into
11
grunge.
years
He
ago.
was- yeah, 11 years ago, wearing like Punisher T-shirts and Elmo T-shirts and just T-shirts like you would wear when you're like in 20s, right? And that's all he would wear, T-shirts. So we got together and I said, hey, you have a real job now. Maybe we should start dressing like more of an adult. And so now he wears the polos and the things like that because he's grown up out of the T-shirt stage. But another thing that he used to be really big into was he I don't know if he's ever talked about his grandfather, but he really liked his grandparents. And then of course that carried over with us dating.
Right.
So George always was an explorer. It wasn't just The Secret, right? Before The
Okay.
Secret, he was always an explorer. He always had to do something. So when him and I were dating, it would be like 2:00 in the morning. He'd be like, let's go on the beach. Let's go on the beach. And
Great.
yeah. So we're like, okay, well, we only live like 15 minutes from the beach at the time. I'm like, okay, let's just go. So we go on the beach, and George was always persistent about finding stuff because the tide would bring stuff in.
Is this the
And
turtle story?
No, it's getting to the turtle story, but it's not the turtle story. But he was always persistent with the tide bring something in, and he's always out with his phone and looking for stuff at the beach at 2:00 in the morning. And I always told George, I'm like, we're not going to find anything. And George was like, yeah, I find stuff on the beach all the time, which is true because in the daytime he found some weed. But anyways, yeah, all right. But one time we were at the beach, it was like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, George, you're not going to find anything. I'm sitting there making a sandcastle, and George is on the beach and he's like with his phone. I'm like, George, you're not going to find anything. And then like 15 minutes later, he's like, Rachel, come to the beach, come to the water. So I'm trying to find him in the dark because I don't know if you've ever been in the beach in San Augustine when it's dark. There's like no lights at all. And I'm trying to find him with my phone. And I end up finding you. And there's this huge sea turtle. It must have been like 600 pounds. It came up on the shore to lay some eggs.
Yep,
It was so
dig a
close you
hole.
could touch it. It was the coolest thing ever. Like, that was the coolest thing that George found on the beach.
We were down to
Not the weed?
No. The Zihuatanejo, Mexico. We were there for Gina's sister's wedding.
I remember when Red went. Never mind.
And what?
Nothing, never mind.
Oh, Zihuatanejo in the movie.
Yeah.
So we were there, and the turtles were coming out. They had hatched, and they were going from their home into the ocean. So it was pretty cool to see those little suckers running, and kind of sad to see the seagulls picking them up too. But
Yeah,
that's nature. Yeah.
So how long have you been with your wife?
22 years.
Wow. How did you guys meet?
We met on gay.com. I lived in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and she lived out here.
Gay.com, that's a real website?
Yeah, it was back then.
22. So you guys got together in 2000.
Is it still a website now?
1999. We met online in 99.
What happens if we go to gay.com?
Do you want to go to gay.com and see what?
Have you been recently?
No. No.
Let's go see.
Oh, it still exists, but it's not work now, and it's.
It's the Los Angeles LGBT Center.
Oh.
Okay. Nice.
But it was a chat room back then, and there was a chat, sub room, and it was called, what was it, the lesbian dining room or something like that. And we met there, and we started talking, and then we talked for a while, and then we stopped talking because life happens.
Yeah.
I got injured in Florida at my job, and we started talking again. It was 4th of July weekend, and she said, why don't you come out for 4th of July weekend? So I was like, okay, cool. I'm injured. I'm out of work. I grabbed myself a Greyhound bus ticket, came out to San Jose, and never went back.
Wow, that's a long bus ride.
Week-long bus ride.
Yep, a 3-day bus ride.
Wow.
Sucks.
She came down and picked me up in LA because it was one more day from LA to San Jose. So she drove down and picked me up from LA.
So you never came back down to Florida? You always stayed up there?
I just stayed here.
What about your stuff?
It's all gone. Sold my car. All gone.
Wow. Talk about a leap.
Yep. Leap of faith. Sometimes you have to do it.
So
it's the best choice.
I found this book a while back. And Rachel thought I was. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
I'll show it to everybody else. But Rachel thought it was odd because I bought it. But it's from 1970. When's it from? 76 or something? Let me look. It's 1976. It's called Gay Relationships. Have you ever heard of this? No.
Nope.
It's so dark.
Is
What it is, it was written by a gay man, and it's how to be safe as a gay person in America.
It's hard. Or was.
And just
it's
reading.
Getting better.
It's getting better.
It is.
I hope.
It's getting a lot better. We're married. I never thought would happen. I cried. That black and white picture of me, I'm crying.
Just reading how dangerous it was to be gay in 1976 and on the street, it was nuts to me. Sorry, I don't know why I brought that up. But.
I used to play baseball in the city I grew up in. I was one of the first girls to be on the boys baseball team, and I was at Dairy Queen one time after practice, and I got jumped because I was gay.
Wow.
So, it is what it is, and makes you stronger, and you just realize not everybody out there's nice.
Yeah.
But it is.
Fuck those people.
So, but Karma, she's a good friend of mine, and people learn, and sometimes they even apologize, and that's the best gift ever, is to just apologize for being rude or mean.
Dude, there's this I got a friend now who is very obviously gay now, but was not out of the closet when we were in high school, and I was such a dick to him. Kenny, I regret it so much. In fact, I was on a podcast once. Interviewed some other guy was interviewed. What the hell was that guy's name? I forget the guy's name.
Was he gay?
No, it's just that cop guy. We went to his house and he had an interview about people's lives.
Oh, during the landing shooting?
Yeah, during the landing shooting. What up, cat? Anyway, half of the podcast was me talking about how I was mean to this kid. So people do change, but the scars they leave on people. It's sad.
Well, there's a saying, the axe forgets, but the tree never does.
Yes, it's a good saying.
So, but not to sound mean, but boundaries. 6 o'clock. I have to say goodbye. So what do we got? 5, 6 more minutes.
That's
It's
fine.
only out of respect. My wife spent an hour cooking us a lovely dinner, and
They're having Hawaiian food for dinner.
Oh, nice.
I know.
yeah, she made some pork
a lot
and
of rum.
pineapple and rice, and she used sake and white wine. I don't know what she made, but it was good. Teriyaki sauce. I tasted it while you were gone.
I want this.
Pretty good.
Can we
See
come
when
over?
you come up to visit. Yes, you can. Sure can. No, not a problem. When Pink is all done, she'll be ready. But right now, this is only like 700 square feet. You know how big 700 square feet is? Very, very tiny.
Is it an apartment? You're in an
Yeah.
apartment? Yeah.
Yeah. Just for a few
It's
more
got to be
weeks.
better than the RV, though.
Yeah, the RV's even tinier. Now we did that for a month. We had to move up to Portland, Oregon for our job, and I looked up in Portland for it too at the Rose Garden.
So
But
everybody's
see,
asking
yeah,
you.
so it does follow my life.
Everybody's asking you to post pictures of your dinner, and we won't keep you. We'll let you go to dinner, and we'll pop this in the mail as soon as we can. So you'll have another
Awesome.
John Palancar autograph.
This is gonna,
Twice.
Sweet
this
of you.
is gonna say George and Rachel.
It's just gonna
though.
say George and Rachel. I don't know what you're gonna do
Hey,
with it. I don't
it's
know
gonna
why.
go up with your paintings. That's where it's gonna go.
Yay!
Yes, I can't wait to unpack everything.
Have you
Dude, I
gotten your paintings?
11. No, there's that poor tea bag. Oh my God, I didn't think a painting would be so famous. I thought Divine would be famous. I didn't think the tea bag would. But this tea bag is epic.
Oh yeah. It's gonna get a lot. It's gonna get a lot more epic once that interview that we did comes out. So
So, tea bag isn't. It's a gift. I bought that for someone
Short tea
for a
bag
Christmas
is a
present.
gift.
oh,
So,
next
that's-
Christmas.
Yes, I keep telling the person, honestly, it's your gift. I just can't get it from them right now.
Dude,
So
don't. I bought a
do get
painting. I bought a painting from Kit. How many years
Oh
ago
man,
was that?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
We
I
still don't have the
haven't
painting.
gotten it.
Still no painting.
We're gonna have to go pick it up probably, and when I do that, I'll grab yours and I'll send them out to you.
You know, I have to. No, Kit's been really good with me, and I've never had a problem not getting my stuff. I told him.
No,
wait,
yeah, you'll always.
I have no
get
place to put it right now.
Yeah.
No, I have to wait
Yep.
till Tink's ready. I can't put anything here, so everything's on hold.
Yeah.
And there's a stack of kits. I got like 3 or 4 Palin cars.
Wow.
Palin cars. So we'll have to see what the leader of Gnomes has coming to Tink.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, did you bought John's work or just Kit's? I know because
Well, yes,
I know you're buying John's work.
Yes, I am.
Nice.
Yes.
Gotta get
Again,
that
I
car.
finally getting a Palin car. So I can't wait. But look, it's been a great evening. I'll go take pictures of dinner and wife cooking dinner. And I
Okay.
appreciate you asking me this question of how do you do this and keep your relationship healthy. You really need to set aside, and it's a hobby. It's not a life. Have fun with it and enjoy it,
I'm gonna
and
get him out of
don't
here.
let it ruin your life.
We should answer some questions.
Okay. Thank you
have
for being
questions
on.
to answer?
No, yeah, I got comment. I think she's talking about me answering some comments once you leave. But thank you so much for coming on. She's kicking the cat out. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. Like, because you're such a big part of the community, and I think it'll be helpful for people to know how you sort of balance that with your home life. So I appreciate it.
Well, and I appreciate, you guys let me talk about it and everything too. So I wish everybody luck out there hunting. Maybe this year coming up, someone will find something, get a little bit closer. If not, at least make new friends, right? And that's always a treasure.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night,
Bye.
Linda.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, so we're gonna answer comments now, and then we're
I
gonna.
guess, unless you want to invite somebody else on.
I mean, anybody else that wants to come on, Cat.
Okay, who wants to come on and talk to us? Oh, look, we're big now. Look how big we are.
We're big. Nobody wants to talk to us. Let's see. People really like or commenting a lot on your Piggly Wiggly shirt. That was from
Oh, I got that in
Charleston.
Charleston.
Yeah.
Because there's a Piggly Wiggly in Charleston. Florida doesn't have any.
No. It says like straight out of Piggly Wiggly.
It says straight
on
out
there.
Piggly Wiggly
Yeah.
on the back. And my front is this my pig.
Yeah. Goodbye. 3-day bus ride. Tim wanted to know if Linda had any Ben Asen photographs, and I don't know the answer to that one. What does the painting look like? I can't show you. It's a live stream. Yeah, that's all really of our comments. I mean, there's more, but I can't see them anymore because they go away.
Why they do? Like
Yeah.
You can't just like go like this and then there's
Yeah,
like
it
a
only
more.
goes-
There's like
nope.
a no more button. What is this? Oh,
Oh, I can pop it out though.
what does a pop out mean? I don't want to ruin your
It just
stuff.
pops out. Bam.
Oh, so I found something you didn't know?
Oh no, that's not what I want to do.
Well, it might have been.
It's not. It's just the same. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. No. It.
Okay, well then I'm sorry, can't figure it out for you.
Michael Page says, George, I was watching the Boston reveal and JJP was excited to show the hidden objects in the painting, and I think he wants to show all of the objects in all the paintings, so let's find some. I think he was excited that they paid him money. What do you think? Do you think John wants to point out everything in all the paintings?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you think he would just be like, here's everything, let's ruin it all?
No, he won't do that. Like if one is found, I think he'll point it out.
Yeah,
But not before.
maybe. He still hasn't talked about Cleveland or Chicago. Talked about Boston, but that's because they paid him to be on a TV show.
I don't know. Did he really get paid? Because I heard that most people in the EU didn't get paid.
Most people aren't John Palancar.
I don't know.
Thoughts on Rob Pattinson being Batman? I can't get past Twilight. Whatever. Let be Batman. It's not actually bad. Have you seen Rob
Oh,
Pattinson?
is he? But is he the new Batman?
Yeah, it's not horrible. I want to know where that JJP video of him introducing the reprint to Origins, I think. Ghost Punch picture was in the background. Reprint to Origins. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know that either.
There was like a flip through.
I don't know that either.
Tim wants to know if there's a Sunday
Nope.
Funday next
Nope.
week. It's Super Bowl.
Yep, there's not one. Because someone's gonna watch you while the
Nobody's
Super
gonna
Bowl's
watch
going
me.
on.
I don't. Who's in the Super Bowl? This year?
It's going to be the.
Can you want to play some bets before we even know who's going to be on Super Bowl? You want to play some bets?
I know who it is. It's
Okay.
it starts with the C. Am I right? It's the C team. God, what is it?
The Celtics.
No, maybe the Colts. Is that a team? Oh gosh.
It's the Bengals and LA.
Well, who's LA? Is
I
it
don't-
the C team?
Who's playing the Super Bowl halftime show? I don't care about that either. Super Bowl 3? What?
No, I don't know who the LA team is. LA is.
Let's find out who's playing.
I don't even know, and that's horrible. I should know.
Oh, the
this.
Bengals and the Rams.
Oh, it's the Rams. I thought it was the
The
C
Bengals.
team.
Do these are teams still? Let's make a bet.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about football. I don't even know who was going to the football. I think it's going to be the Rams.
Why?
Well, I think the Rams, they have horns. And, they could, run against the Bengals. Who do you think is, why?
Well, by default, I choose the Bengals. Because,
And why?
well, I'm looking at a picture of a Bengal, and he looks, competent. He looks like he knows how to play football. So, yeah, I go with Bengals.
What's going to be the bet?
Ooh, it's the Bengals. The Bengals is an 80s band. Oh. Isn't that Wake Me Up Before You Go band?
No, I don't think so. I think the Bengals did,
The Bengals.
Radio Star, Radio Kill the
Video
Radio
Kill the
Star.
Radio Star?
Yeah, didn't the Bengals do that?
They did Manic Monday and Walk Like an Egyptian.
Oh, I was wrong on that too.
Okay, so what's the bet? What's the bet? You want to let chat decide what the bet is? Like if I win, I get something. If you win, you get something?
Sure.
Okay, then whoever's in chat. This is gonna suck. The This is like that conversation.
Oh, that Michael guy said an interesting comment. The Rams are going to be at home stadium, which is super rare for Super Bowl to be at their home team's place.
Yeah, that is an advantage for the Rams.
That is. See? And I didn't even know that.
And
see?
they have horns.
They have horns because, you know, they're the Rams and they run and...
Buggles did video kill the
Raiders.
Raiders.
Oh, I was so close. I know it started with the B.
All right, well, they're not coming up with anything, so come up with a bet. What's the bet?
Okay, so...
Tim says George has to leave phone in car when at restaurant. I do that now.
Yeah, he's done it the last 2 restaurants we went to. He did it during Margarita Day, and he did it at the Taco Day.
I say, if I win, you have to do Sunday Funday by yourself one Sunday, and you have to talk to whoever wants to talk to you, and...
But I'll have nothing to contribute.
Ooh, I have a better idea.
I'll have nothing informative to say.
If I win, you have to try to convince John Palancar. You have to call John. And you have to convince him to do a Sunday Funday with you. And you have to ask him the secret questions. And the community gets to get mad at you when he doesn't say what they want him to say.
That's fine. It's not like I have to deal with the community. So they can be mad at me all they want.
That's true. Never mind.
I mean, let them be mad at me. What? I don't care.
Eldar Book says George should tell who the gift giver is on live. It's a guy named Tim. Brad Sausage says that if I lose, I have to wear a tie on Sunday Funday.
We should up that one. If you lose, you should get like fancy pants, wearing like a whole tuxedo on Sunday Funday.
I can't afford a tuxedo.
I could rent one. How much is it to rent one?
It's like a couple $100. It's probably the same as that camera. A suit. I can do a suit.
That's not fun because you like wearing your suit.
That's true. Evie says I have to wear long pants, but I do that every day.
You do it for work, your jeans.
Crushed blue velvet tux. These are things that cost us money.
Let's see, what's a good one for you? If I win, what's so fun? What is so fun to do? I might have to get back on this one.
Oh, you can't. You gotta.
Loses, he has to wear one of his pets as a hat. He has to wear 50 as a hat.
That's pretty good.
Wears a suit and George wears a dress. Hot Wings challenge. Again, George has to take a picture of the chicken limo. Oh, the chicken limo. That's a good one. But that's gotta wait.
With the dress in pink fuzzy bunny outfit like the Christmas Story, I could do the dragon pajamas. I could do Sunday Funday in the dragon pajamas.
I think that would be a really good idea.
Okay, so if I lose, I have to do Sunday Funday in the dragon pajamas.
Yeah. You have to wear your dragon suit.
What if you lose?
Well then, I can... I mean, are we wearing pajamas at this point? I mean, if you...
I mean, you're not going to get back on stream, probably, you know. Are you? Will you? You want to come back next week?
I don't know. We're not doing next week.
We're going to do the kitty ball, the puppy ball. What the fuck?
That's the puppy ball. We should have... Yeah, you should do your pajamas.
Okay, so if I lose, I'll wear the dragon pajamas.
And then if I win...
Bella Swan Song asks for the dragon suit for you as well. But that's not really a punishment. You're kind of cute in the dragon suit.
If I win, what's going to be my punishment, George?
You don't have to yell. You don't get to yell at money about money at me
but
for a
that's
week.
not. That's,
okay, yeah, that's not going to work.
That's not going to work because you're really bad with money. Someone's got to pay our bills.
That's true. And the podcast isn't going to do it.
True. That's why we both work. What's a really good idea if I lose? I should do something fun.
If you lose, we buy a picture from Ben Asen and we give it away to somebody in the community.
We already.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that anyways. Rachel's gonna wear horns. I do have horns. I could dress like a.
I like Evie's. If you lose, you have to do a book report on The Secret. You have to read the book and give a book report on Sunday Funday.
Oh Jesus!
If you lose, you have to give a book report on The Secret.
But that doesn't sound like fun.
Neither does wearing a dragon costume while you do Sunday Funday.
Okay, well, how long do I have to do this book? Like, when does it due?
2 weeks. 2 weeks after the Super Bowl. It's not a very difficult book to read. Like, it's for children. It's boring.
Do I have to read the whole book?
Yes.
I have to, like, print out a book report and you're going to read it?
You got to type it. You have to read it.
Wait a minute.
You have
to read a book.
You have to present a book report to Sunday Funday.
Oh, this sounds awful.
That's not that bad. I'll help you.
Okay, we'll do a book report.
Okay, so if the Bengals, if the Rams, what the fuck are the teams? If the Rams win, I have to wear a dragon PJs during the next Sunday Funday. And if the Bengals win, you have to do a book report on The Secret. And it has to be decent. It can't just be like, this sucks, I'm done. It has to be an actual...
Well, how many pages then, George? Like...
I don't know, man. 2 pages. Not a lot.
2 pages.
Yeah.
And you want it, like, by Rachel King?
Yeah. I want one that I can upload to the Facebook group. I want one that Chris Preacher will grade.
Grade for this?
Yeah. No, we'll have Matt Sparks. He'll grade it for you.
This is ridiculous. Okay. All right. The Rams better freaking win because I do not want to do a stupid book report.
All right. Sweet. Are we done with Sunday Funday now?
Anybody else want to come on and talk to us now?
I don't think nobody said anything, so no.
Okay. Well.
Jonathan Edwards wanted to know what you did for Halloween. I think you worked.
I did work for Halloween. I traded with a coworker who had a 1-year-old baby, and I wanted her to go trick-or-treating with her family, then not, so I did work for Halloween.
Let's see. Evie says if you lose, I have to sell a first edition of The Secret to her, which is fine. I'll sell a first edition of The Secret to her now. Just gotta get some money. Tim wants an abstract for the book report, please. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. Then we're done with Sunday Funday. Nobody wanted to come on. There's our bet. If the Rams win, I gotta wear a dragon costume. If the Bengals win, you gotta give a book report.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Have a great week. See you next Sunday.
Wait, it's next Sunday after.
The Sunday after. Super.